Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I am going to teach you about the friction. In our previous video we have discussed about the pseudo force. So in this video we are going to learn about the friction. So friction is a force which opposes the relative motion between the two bodies which are in contact, or which is having the relative motion or tendency of the relative motion. So that is the definition of the friction. Means friction is a one type of force. When it will act means when two bodies are in contact and they are having their relative motion, when they are having the relative motion, or when there is having tendency of the motion, means object wants to move but it is at rest, means it is having the intention to move. In that case the frictional force will be developed. So now I will explain how the frictional force is developed between the two bodies and how we can see its direction, in which direction the frictional force is acting, that all we can see. So now let's start. So now see here, if this is the surface, so on this surface, if I am keeping the block, this is our block which is having some mass m. So now if I apply some force, then what happens means this object will start to move in this direction. If you are applying the force in this direction, means this object will move in this direction with a acceleration, means this object is in motion. So now what happens means friction will be developed in the opposite direction as that of the motion. This is the direction of motion and this is the direction of the friction, means both are opposite in nature, and this frictional force will be developed between the contact of the two surfaces. This is the contact, this is the block, and this is the surface, and this is the common contact between the two bodies. So here the frictional force will be developed, and this frictional force will be developed always in the opposite direction of the direction of motion, means in which direction the body will move, in opposite direction the frictional force will be developed, or else frictional force will be acting. So this is about the friction. So now I will give you examples. So this is our surface. So on this surface, if I keep the block which is having some mass m, and here if I put 1 Newton force, if I am applying 1 Newton of force, then what I have observed means this block is not moving, means this object or this block is at rest if I am applying 1 Newton of force. Then according to Newton's second law of motion, what we have studied means F is equal to ma we have studied, and acceleration equal to how much we will get? F divided by m, this we can get. But according to this condition, if I am applying 1 Newton of force, means this object or this block should be moving, means this should move if I applying the force. But here what we have observed means this block is not moving, this is not in motion, means here what happened to this force, where this force has gone? If I am applying 1 Newton of force, then where that force has gone? So our answer is this 1 Newton force has been opposed by the frictional force. Means here if you are applying 1 Newton of force, the frictional force is also applying 1 Newton of force in the opposite direction. So for that reason net force will become 0. So when net force becomes 0, then acceleration will be 0. When acceleration is 0 means this object is not moving. So next, if I am applying 2 Newton of force, 1 Newton I have applied, this body is not moving, so I have applied 2 Newton force. Then again I have observed that this block is not moving. Then again I have applied 3 Newton force. Then again I have seen that this block is not moving. Where this 3 Newton, 2 Newton force has gone? So our answer is 2 Newton and 3 Newton force has been opposed by the frictional force between these two contact. Means between these two bodies there is a contact, and here the frictional force will be generated, or else here the frictional force will be acting, and this frictional force is always opposite to the direction of the motion. So here it is opposing. Next, again I am applying 4 Newton force. When I apply 4 Newton force, what I have observed means this block started moving, means this block is moving with a acceleration. When the block started moving means that force will call it as the limiting friction. What we'll call it as the limiting friction, because after applying this 4 Newton force, this body started to move, means the static friction has been converted into kinetic friction. This frictional force is acting on both the bodies, means when the body is at rest, then also frictional force will be acting, and when the body is in motion, in that case also frictional force will be acting. So when the friction is acting on the rest body, we will call it as static friction. When the friction is acting on the moving object, then we will call it as the kinetic friction. So friction is basically divided into two categories. One is the static friction and another one is the kinetic friction. So detail we will study about all those things. So here, when the object is at rest, when we are applying the force but still the object is not moving, that force we will call it as the static friction. And next after that, when this object just starts to move, at that time how much amount of force we have applied, that we will call it as the limiting friction, or else we will call it as the maximum static friction. And next after that, when this body is in motion, then also friction is acting, and that friction we will call it as the kinetic friction. मतलब अगर जब this is the surface, on this surface we have placed the block, and here this force we will call it as the applied force. So next after that, when you apply force, the body will be moving. So if this is the direction of motion with a acceleration, then the frictional force will be opposite to this motion. So we'll call it as the Fs, frictional force, which is acting opposite to the direction of motion. So if you apply force like this, when we are applying force, instead of in this direction, if you apply the applied force in this direction, then in which direction the friction force will be acting means, here in this case also friction force is acting in this direction only, because when you apply applied force in this direction, then this object will move in this direction, means forward direction. So friction force will be backward. Always these two are backward, means this friction force is not opposite to the applied force. This friction force is always opposite to the intention of the motion of the object, means in which direction the object wants to move, in that opposite direction the frictional force will be applied. So this is about the direction. Suppose if you are applying the force in this direction, if this is your applied force direction, then what happens means this object will be moving in this direction, this object or this block will move in this direction, then frictional force will be in this opposite direction. Means always you have to remember that this frictional force is always opposite to the direction of intention of motion of the object, not as that of the applied force. applied force के डायरेक्शन को हमें नहीं देखना है, हमें देखना है कि ऑब्जेक्ट किस डायरेक्शन में मूव कर रहा है, तो ये होता है डायरेक्शन ऑफ द फ्रिक्शन. सो नेक्स्ट आफ्टर दैट वी विल स्टडी अबाउट द क्लासिफिकेशन. I will give you one example. In that you can tell me what is the direction of the frictional force. So now see here, if this is the wall, and here I am placing the block which is having some mass m, so I will call it as wall, and here this is our block m, and here I am applying the force. This is our applied force. In this case you tell me what is the direction of the frictional force. So our answer is, see here, if this is our applied force means on this block is applying force on this wall, so wall will also apply force on the block. So this is the normal reaction. So in this case the object is not moving in this vertical direction, means in this vertical direction the block is not having any motion. So here F is equal to normal reaction, means applied force is equal to normal reaction. And now here downward, which force is acting? Gravitational force, and we will call it as the mg, means mg force is acting downward on this block. So next what happens means, this object or this block wants to slide downward, means its motion is in the downward direction. So now you tell me in which direction the frictional force will be applied. So frictional force will be applied in the opposite direction. So this is the direction of the friction, means friction is always opposite to the direction of the motion of object. So this is the direction of motion of object. So in opposite direction the frictional force will be acting. So next, after that we will see the classification. So friction, friction is divided into two. One is the static, one we will call it as static friction, and another one we will call it as the kinetic friction. In static friction we will study two things. One is the self-adjusting force and another one is the limiting friction. Another one is limiting friction. In this kinetic friction also we will study two things, two types of friction. One is the sliding friction, and another one is the rolling friction. So now first we will study about this self-adjusting force or self-adjusting friction or else static friction. If this is the surface and here we are keeping the block which is having mass m, and here we are applying the force. So when we are applying 1 Newton force, 2 Newton force, 3 Newton force, this object is not moving. Means when you apply 1 Newton force, this object is also applying 1 Newton of force. Means this frictional force is also 1 Newton. When you apply, when the applied force is 1 Newton, then frictional force is also 1 Newton. When you apply 2 Newton, but still this object is not moving, means this frictional force is applying how much force? 2 Newton force. Suppose if the applied force is 3 Newton, then the frictional force is also 3 Newton. When this is 4 Newton, when the applied force is 4 Newton, then the body is starting to move. So 1, 2, 3 Newton, how much force you are applying, it is changing. Means this frictional force is self-adjusting. Means how much you force you apply, that it will change by itself. If you apply 1 Newton, it will change to 1 Newton. If you apply 3 Newton, it will adjust itself to 3 Newton. So it is called as the self-adjusting force. So next, after that, if you are applying force in this direction, means friction is opposite. Means the motion is in this direction, means friction is opposite. Again, if you apply force in this direction, then what happens? Means motion is in this direction, again friction will be opposite. Means its direction is also changing by itself. So it is called as the self-adjusting force, or else we will call it as the self-adjusting friction. So this frictional force is changing according to the applied force. So it is called as the self-adjusting force. Next, after that, limiting friction. Limiting friction means here if you apply 4 Newton force, at that condition what happens means this block will starts to move with a acceleration. Means the body started to move. When the body just starts to move, that force will call it as the limiting friction. Means it is, this limiting friction is also called as the maximum static friction. So here I will write maximum static friction. So in some books they have given limiting friction, and some books they have given maximum static friction. Both are same thing. Maximum static friction means that is the maximum value of the force. After that the body will starts to move. This is called as the limiting friction. Next, after that, sliding friction. So now this is the surface. When you take the object and just to apply some force, and the body will continues to move. So this force we will call it as the sliding force. Whenever object slides on any another object, it is called as the sliding friction. So now see here, if this is our surface, on this surface here if you place the block and if you apply the force, then what happens means this block will starts to move like this by sliding, by touching the surface of these two surfaces in contact, and this base is not changing. This base is not changing and it is continuously sliding on that surface. It is called as the sliding friction. When two objects are sliding on each other, at that time what the friction is acting, what the friction is generated, that is called as the sliding friction. Next, after that, rolling friction. This is the surface and here this is our wheel. So in this case what happens means this base will be changing. Here this base is in contact. So when the circle moves or this wheel is moving, when this wheel moves, then what happens means this surface will comes in contact with here, and again this surface will be contacted here. So in this case the base of this surface, base of this object is continuously changing and it is repeating. So it is called as the rolling friction and it is called as the sliding friction. So in this case whatever the friction is generated between these two bodies which are in contact, this friction we'll call it as the rolling friction, and here we'll call it as the sliding friction. So there is a basic difference between the sliding friction and rolling friction is sliding friction is maximum, rolling friction is minimum. Means here opposing force is minimum and here opposing force is maximum. So next, after that we will try to note down which friction is maximum in our nature. So our answer is maximum, static friction is maximum, then limiting friction, and limiting friction is greater than the sliding friction, and sliding friction is greater than the rolling friction. Why means when the object is at rest we need more force to make this object to move. Means this when we want this object to move we have to apply more force. Understood? Next, after that, when the same object, if it is in motion, already if it is in motion, we need less force to continue its motion. Next, after that, if it is a sliding, already it is a sliding, already it is moving, then we need less amount of force to move this object. Next, if it is having some wheels, if it is having some wheel, then if you apply a little amount of force, then it can move a larger distance. Means rolling friction is very less. In this case the opposition force or the friction whatever acting in this case is very less as compared to the static friction. So this is all about the friction. Next, after that we will go for the calculation. Means how to calculate the kinetic friction or the static friction, what are the formulas and on what factors the friction is depending. Means this friction is dependent on what factor, whether the friction is dependent on the normal reaction, whether it is dependent on the applied force, whether it is depending on the nature of the material. All those things we will try to understand. So now kinetic friction formula first we will write, and that is Fk is equals to mu k into n. Fk is equal to mu k into n, or else this kinetic friction is directly proportional to n, and this Fk is constant for any two surfaces. Fk is directly proportional to normal reaction and Fk is equal to mu k into n, and this is the coefficient of kinetic friction. What we call coefficient of kinetic friction, and this depends on the surfaces in contact. Depends on what? Depends on surfaces in contact or nature of surfaces. Is all about the friction. In next video we are going to discuss about the how to calculate the friction, how to calculate the static friction and kinetic friction, and we will do some problems related to static friction and when to use the kinetic friction, when to use static friction, when to use mu k, when to use mu s. All those we will study detail in the next video. So stay tuned.